I got you.
Hey all, how are you doing? Let's talk about some amazing tips and ideas that will help you create or maintain a balcony which looks pretty without you having to spend much. A budget-friendly balcony, as I call it. If you're a fan of the earthy and original look that terracotta brings but opt for plastic pots instead to avoid watermarks and stains on them, then do this. Do not pot the plants inside directly. Instead, place your main pot, which is the plastic pot, inside these terracotta pots. This way, your pots will remain as good as new. You do not need to repot your plants but still own those beautiful looking terracotta planters.
Soulmate sister, you know you are. I see you, you see me. Same mother, different eyes, but we're just as happy. Remember when you were 5, every day by my side. Oh, oh, oh.
Next tip from my side is to mix and match plants. You can always mix 2 or more plants in one pot and give the whole thing a fairy garden look if that is your choice. If not, then make it look like a village or a nice beach with some trees. Totally your game. There are no limits.
It's rough. You know you are.
I did all that I could over here with the plants and other accessories that I had at hand. In the end, this ordinary looking plastic pot has turned into one of the main attractions of my balcony.
We are so unbreakable. My best friend got sent my own good fortune. You know you are.
Doing this reduces one's effort to half since one doesn't need to work with many pots. Additionally, this is a good tip for smaller balconies or no balcony situations. Just place one such planter on the windowsill or a bright corner of the room and you are good to go.
Fills my cup. You know you are.
If there is something we need, it's a leap of faith.
Another tip here, just ensure that when watering, be careful to water sections depending on the water requirement of the plant. Or what you can do is pot plants that have similar water requirements to begin with.
How far do you think you can run, standing on your own knees? It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. It can be a bit frightening, it's something you don't know. You need a little enlightening, it'll make you grow. It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, it's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, if you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
It's not always necessary to invest in expensive ceramic pots or even baskets to beautify the look of our existing plants. I know it's quite in trend to make use of nice designer ceramics and such, But honestly, if we take a little effort to keep our existing pots clean and shiny, they look no less.
I'm ready to move on, heading for a brand new start at the break of dawn. Here I come, you better watch out, you better beware.
Pick up those muddy pots and give them a good wipe with just water to begin with. But to give it an everlasting shiny look, try using some oil. It changes the whole look in no time. This trick worked wonders for me in the dusty weather of Delhi.
I'm out of the dark, I'm out of the cold.
This is obviously not a permanent solution, but a long-lasting one for sure.
Tomorrow's getting closer, yesterday is gone. A destination nowhere, I travel on my own. Here I come, you better watch out, you better beware. The rumor is out, nothing can stop me, I'm going for gold. I'm out of the dark, I'm out of the cold. Here I come, you better watch out, you better beware. The rumor is out, nothing can stop me, I'm going for gold. I'm out of the dark.
Sometimes we keep feeling the need to buy newer plants, replacing our existing ones. Sometimes we invest in expensive designer pots and do what not to make our balconies look luxurious. But come to think of it, that missing factor is nothing really big. It's only our dusty leaves. If you clean the leaves from time to time, it not only enhances the photosynthesis process but also revamps your plants to a brand new look. Try it and let me know if you don't already feel like you took things a notch higher with this simple step. Since we are on the topic of saving costs for our balconies on a budget, DIY planters or pots would be your best bet. I've tried using the mugs, jugs, bottles and whatnot from the house as a planter. Trust me, they can easily elevate the look of the balcony since they add so much color and character to the space.
Like a firefly, I believe to believe is to feel the fire grow.
Quite often we ignore the potential of growth that these plants have. If you buy plants that can be easily propagated with cuttings, maintaining a fancy balcony will not be that heavy on your pocket if you think about it. I have a full dedicated video on plants we can find in India that can be easily multiplied at home.
The buzz around a honey tree, I pop in a painted cup right in the sky like a...
So now your nursery visits can be less frequent, meaning a happy wallet.
I believe to believe is to feel the fire grow within. I believe to believe is to see.
Here I have a styling tip for you, which is to design a small hanging corner in your balcony. If you do not have space to keep plants on your balcony floor, if the balcony seems too small or compact, no worries. You can always get creative and make a hanging corner for yourself. Who needs a big balcony if one can use the ceiling to have a green corner? Hanging plants is totally a personal choice, but it can jazz up the overall look in no time. As a styling tip, I would recommend not spreading out the plants all along the boundary of the balcony. Instead, make one small hanging corner. You can make use of S-hooks to make it easier for you to hang them. Thankfully, India is full of options of plants that can be hung and that thrive when in a hanging environment.
Color in my love,
potted plants and fancy balcony garden is only an attempt from our side to create a nature-like setup in this concrete jungle that we live in. I feel we can bring it closer to nature if we have chirping birds visit us and squirrels skittering around every once in a while. Besides, in the scorching summer heat, these creatures definitely deserve this little gesture from us.
Under moonlit skies, we're trying to count the stars till the sun will rise. I don't want.
Have you ever considered making your balcony a little more cozy than it already is? Adding little elements of decor here and there will surely do this for you. Add the right amount of coziness and cuteness to a green jungle that you can now call your own. You know, because it has your personal choices on display. Hey folks, don't forget to leave some space for yourself to sit outside. You know, to feel the peace and calm of serene mornings as well as to enjoy the golden beauty of sunset. I mean, it's worth it after all, don't you think so?
Like we're frozen time. Your kisses are so hard, and your eyes, they shine. I don't wanna wait, travel far away.